What's up everybody, Mr. OG Games here, and today I want to share with you guys yet another piece of equipment that I was able to obtain at a non-spender's pace. So, before I get into that, you can see that I have started the wall, and the wall is almost done, and now it's just a matter of saving up resources to get 27 in the oven and cooking up. So that may take a little bit of time, but here nor there, it'll get done. It'll get done. Just a matter of how long it does take. I'm also going to be building and recruiting troops round the clock. It's time for the troop count to get up. I've been mainly just playing with one solid march, but now it's time to get a couple in the mix. But the main focus of this video is indeed getting the fourth level 4 piece of equipment. So I did a lot, and I mean a lot of debating. Right now, I'm focused on the long range just because I don't have the infrastructure to run the mid-range effectively. So I went back and forth. Right now there's no other pieces that I can level up to help with the long range except for long range HP. But my focus is going to be getting the melee HP up, and that's what I'm gonna indeed do next. This time I decided to go back and get the mid-range attack up. I went back and forth, and right now that just makes the most sense to me, being that I have such a big discrepancy from back row to mid row, and now with the T9 stormtroopers, which are a pretty good troop actually for the mid row, probably your best mid row in my opinion right now for me in this stage of the game for me, and I'm building those up. Will I still stay strong back row for the your long range? Absolutely. But having this piece of equipment here come up to level 4 to give me the much needed mid-row attack, now that I have the Havoc Stormtrooper, I just got to do it. I just had to do it. So that's the one I do ultimately decide to go with. Now in this game, like Camel's other games, your front row is more or less your meat shield, but the front row, not necessarily attack per se, but HP is where it's at for front row. All your attack should go strictly from the long range or mid-range troops. Now, I know in some of these pieces, just like this one, when you get that mid-range attack, of course, the melee or your front row is going to have an attack as well. So some of these come hand in hand. But the way that this is set up, of course, when you look at all your equipment, your top 4 pieces are mainly your attack. Your bottom 4 pieces are mainly your defense and HP. So when we go back out and look at the rest of the list and what I have, you'll see that that's where I need to do some work. I've gotten my attack up as high as I possibly can now, equipment wise, other than getting a couple of these add-ons, which I'll get there. It's just a matter of getting the right pieces in order to craft the right piece for your extension. That way you can bump up the right one that you need. So I am waiting to do so Now, taking a look after that, I was able to bring my equipment anyway, my mid-row attack, right about where my long range attack is. So that's going to be a big help, especially when loading up the long range attack, but being able to put those Havoc stormtroopers in the attack with that for the mid row, because their main thing is they attack the enemy's back row first, which is key in battle. And I assure you guys know this, the object is to last the longest and to hit the hardest. Well, last the longest, you need your front row HP up along with your mid row and back row, but focus on the front row HP. And of course, to hit the hardest, you focus on your back row and mid row attack. So this will only just bring me a little bit closer to where I want to be with what I have and the officers that I have as well. The officers are what separate a lot of people. Equipment's gonna come, you know, the ore is a killer, man. You know, you're getting 3,600 from, you know, the mine a day, minus any little things that you win, you know, from, you know, hitting monsters or whatnot. You can also get it from the, you know, your resource center, your depot, if you get it on sale there. It actually adds up quite quickly if you got the gold to spend it. So that's where it's at. Now the extension components and everything, that's what's killing me, because I've got a few pieces at level 4 now that are missing that third piece in them, and then I've got a lot of level pieces at level 3 equipment that are missing the second piece. So getting the extensions worked up will help me out big time there with the equipment as well. So where do we go from here? Well, my next focus will be HP. I believe I'll probably go with the melee and long range HP, but that could change depending on a couple other variable things. But for right now, that's sort of what I'm geared towards, because with my officers, I've been taking what I can level them up with and going strictly for that long range. The old Panda, I'd love to have it at a higher star, and I'm getting close. And then once I star up, and I think I'm only a couple fragments away of getting the next star, which is going to open me up yet another piece I can attach to him as well. So mid-range, I haven't leveled up as much officer wise, so it's just a matter of picking a focus, staying with it, and moving as fast as possible. Even so, my long range attack for my level 26 right now, with what tech I have and everything, I think unbuffed is about 250, 245, 250. So, which is half of some of these guys that are 34s and 35s. So we got a long road ahead of us, but for being a 26, I think that I've got a lot to go up against. Another 26, 27, maybe a 28, depending on what they got going on officer wise. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, but staying true to the daily is where it's at. That's how I'm getting all my stuff. It's just a grind. We gotta grind, and grind some more, especially for these resources coming up to get me to 27, which then I can get the garage one level up, the academy one level up, raise the fleet size even more, and get some more tech done. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. But as always, if you guys like the video, smash the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And then until next time, y'all keep gaming, and I'll see you in the next one.